My name is Jill, and we are back with another episode of Shifting Perspectives, the Baja Beach Wellness Diaries. I'm here back in the studio with Bridget, Amy, and Angela.
Hi there.
We have such a wonderful topic to talk about today, a deep, raw topic to talk about today. I'm excited to get into it. Are you guys excited to get into it?
I am, yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
First, we're going to talk about a challenge we have going on in all 4 salons that you guys may or may not know about. And I'm going to hand it over to Bridget to lay over the challenge.
So we have a lipo-light body sculpting challenge going on right now. So basically, it's our 4-week challenge. It's starting on Monday. And with this challenge, what's so cool is you're going to see results in 4 weeks. So for people who don't know, we offer at all locations now lipo-light body sculpting, which is a non-invasive way of body scan. It's basically a paddle of light that has a specific nanometer of light and shrinks with that cell. So what's so cool about this is just 3 treatments a week. Following this program, you don't need to make huge changes. So you don't need to uproot your diet, completely change that. You don't need to start a new vigorous exercise routine. And we can kind of show you how this will fit best into your life and what tiny little changes you can shift into to really see some amazing results. So, we have that to join the challenge. You jump on our website and on the lipo-light body sculpting, you can learn more about it and sign up right through there. But it's a really awesome program because, especially if you're trying to lose weight or if you have an area that, is really bothering you, stuff we're going to talk about today, it can make all the difference to have such a change. Even if it's just, a few inches, the difference that you're going to feel, with sculpting that problem area is awesome. And that's what, again, we're always here to make you feel good. So.
What does that consultation process look like?
So it's really like a 30-minute consultation. We'll bring you in and do a body scan analysis and determine how many sessions that you need. But you're doing 12 sessions. It's 3 treatments a week. You just need 20 minutes on the actual machine. It's super relaxing too. A lot of people bring like their work over lunch, like your laptop, or just eat a nap, chill out. But we can target what area you're trying to see results in. So this is the exact same process of glycolysis that happens during exercise. But, a lot of times women, we don't lose it where we want to lose it. Right. So we're actually getting to spot where we're looking to see those inch loss results. And then with doing those 3 treatments per week, you're going to see results in 30 days. And right now we have a ton of goodies, for a limited time that we're giving away with this program. There's actually over $1,000 in free gifts. So I can't drop all of what that is. I don't know when we're shutting it off yet, but you're going to have access to so many things that are going to help you and assist you on your weight loss, inch loss, you're discovering to start loving your body again. We love that. Here. That's the 4-week 4 weeks.
Yes, that's it. 1 month. Can you give 1 month to yourself?
Yeah, everybody should say yes to that.
Everybody should just say yes and invest in themselves for 1 month.
Yeah.
What do you got over there, Amy?
Well, I think the most important thing is when you make the decision that you want to feel better in your body and look better, you have that initial, usually it's about a month, that you need to see something to stay motivated to continue this because it really is a lifestyle change. And, it's kind of like a roller coaster for a lot of women, the whole weight loss thing, you're going to be up, you're going to be down, you're trying to get into the lifestyle where you're going to kind of just be in the middle there and you're getting rid of the ups and downs. And I really think that, the lipo-light can help you see results more immediate than if you were just watching what you eat and exercising alone. So I think it's super important, to see that in the beginning.
All right. So we're just going to get into this, just right into the term body image, everything about it. Let's just take this back to the first time we've ever heard something about body image. Where does that take you guys? And just
start it off. Oh gosh.
Snackwells.
Yeah, Snackwells. We were talking about that before we went
I was exposed to
Is that
body
like the
image.
green packaging?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my, the chocolate cake cookie thing?
Yes.
Yes.
I know
Yes.
exactly what you're talking about. Okay,
Yes,
go ahead.
Snackwells with Ultra Slim Fast back in the day.
Complete
The
Yeah,
Joe
why was I
Bondas.
drinking Slim Fast at 10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember being exposed to body image and being conscious about it way younger than I really should have been. My mom always battled with her weight, and I remember just her being a single mom going with her to Jenny Craig. I don't even know if Jenny Craig is around, but just seeing the lifestyle changes that she was going through, I would be along for the ride, eating Snackwell cookies, The Keeblers went in the trash, and
I used to love
Snackwell,
those.
came about, and
Definitely high in sugar.
yeah, and I remember, I believe it was like around middle age when, at least back then, when we started developing, right? I'm not tall, and I'm not thin. And back in the 90s, I'm looking at Amy just because we're in the same age bracket. That time, thin was glamorized. Kate Moss. She was like on every cover of Calvin Klein. Like thin was in. And I remember getting the Delilah's catalog. Remember that? And just the junior section of Boscov's and the Deb.
With the green shag carpet.
We could. I wasn't able to fit in certain clothes. I believe at that time I was a size 14, and I was very uncomfortable in my own body. And then,
how old were you at this point?
I was in the late junior high school.
Yeah.
And then, every time I would start to work out.
Yeah.
Right. I remember my grandmother, God rest her soul. She was just a sweet old lady. She's like, well, you don't want to get muscular and look like a man, do you? And I'm like, my gosh, okay, so here, I'm working out, and then I'm being told
don't want to be a man.
Yeah, right. You don't want to work out. You just need to, not that she told me this, but it was just eat less. And then I started to glamorize eating disorders in my mind. And I could never bring myself to it because that was a big thing as well back then. If I could just give myself an eating disorder, I could lose weight. So, for whatever reason, in high school, I had a little bit of a glow up, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And I dropped about 20 pounds. And, I didn't go to college. I ended up working at Hooters. Hooters opened up in, Reading. I worked right down the strip mall from Amy. But I worked at Hooters, and like for me, that was a huge deal because I was like this little ugly fat duckling in high school. I dropped weight and I started working at Hooters. But then as that built up a little bit of confidence, I'm half naked. Yeah. Working. Right. And you want to talk about a whole other slew of body confidence issues. It just almost compacted it. Right. And I feel that it's been something that I've battled probably up until the age of 40. You name the diet, I was on it. There was one diet in particular, I don't even know the name of it, but I've always dabbled in working out here and there, but it was a diet, it was very extreme. And I went on it because my father was on it. And it was similar to keto, but it was an 800 calorie max per day diet, right? I've done it. Now, my dad's severely obese, and me at the time was 135 pounds, just had 2 kids. So I went to this person, and they're looking at me as money. And I went on this meal plan where they gave me prepackaged foods. And it was great because I was in traveling sales, so I could take things with me. And it was great. Oh, yeah, you don't got to work out. Well, no wonder I wasn't having enough caloric intake for me to work out. No. Oh, yeah, you can drink alcohol on it as long as it's vodka. Wonderful.
Vodka club, baby.
Vodka
Flash
club.
alive.
Yep, that's it, And I actually got down to 125 pounds.
Jesus.
Okay. And what I found out was that, yes, my body image improved, but because it was so quick to happen, I dropped this weight so fast, I still looked in the mirror as though I was heavier than I was.
Hmm.
And then I was a hot mess up in my brain.
Yeah, unhealed.
Right. Like
Just
there was
continuously unhealed.
my life was like a cluster,
Mm-hmm.
but my diet, I was like able to focus on. It was great. Chicken wings and vodka.
Of course.
Like it was awesome.
Yeah.
You know? And then as soon as I got off of that, because it's not sustainable,
Mm-hmm.
I gained all the weight back.
Exactly.
And some.
And that's what happens.
And then when I started to get serious again about working out, I took a completely different approach. I wanted to be strong.
Mm-hmm.
And I started doing more research about the type of body style that I have. I'm an endoform,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Which means I'm short, stubby.
Mm-hmm.
I gain weight easily. I lose fat not very well at
Yeah.
all, but I gain muscle quickly,
Yeah.
right? So, all right, I want to be strong.
Right.
Okay. So I started lifting heavy and I started really monitoring what I was eating because in order to gain muscle, you have to take more calories in
Mm-hmm.
and monitored all that. And I found more like confidence in myself. I think it was the first time when I was lifting heavy and I started seeing like that strong
Yeah.
body. And it wasn't about being skinny. It was just about, you know what? Hey,
You,
I
like,
can
look
deadlift
good.
this much.
Yeah.
I can, shoulder press this much.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I got the confidence. And
Mhm.
I, for the first time, I felt great in a bikini.
I love
And
that.
I didn't care, So
Yeah.
I wasn't perfect. I didn't have rock hard abs. I didn't have a rock hard body, but I felt really, really good. But then what happened, and you and I have talked about this, I'm sorry I'm going on, but then what happened was
Mhm.
I started to get consumed with the macros, started logging. I had all these
My
different
Fitness Pal.
apps of logging and entering the info. And then it was like, oh my gosh, well, if I cheat, then I got to like burn this many calories. So now I'm disciplining myself, but in the wrong way.
Yes.
I'm not celebrating what my body can do. I'm punishing it because I ate something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like body image is a really screwed up thing.
Where do we heal? How do we heal from this?
And I think it takes a lot of, I believe, self-reflection.
Mm-hmm.
I think it does come in confidence that nobody can tell you, oh, you look great. I'm looking at you. Because I tell you, you look great all the time, Boo.
Oh,
you look great all the time, Boo. You're so hard on yourself. But so many people can tell you, like, you're this, you're that.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're not. Like, you're wonderful, but it really has to come from within.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that's something that comes with age or just a lot of deep reflection, but I feel as though for the first time I've come to a point in my life where I'm comfortable.
I love that.
Am I where I want to be? No, but I want to be able to go out and enjoy food, because when I enjoy food, I'm making memories. Right. I don't want to avoid those memories just because of trying to lose weight. I want to enjoy working out and finding something that I want to do. I want to go to the gym because I want to, not because I have to. And that can be a struggle. Plus, I also do believe it's the people that you surround yourself with. I've been in circles where I've been with judgy people,
Mm-hmm.
or people that, not that they talk bad, but it's like, because I don't know how to describe it, but it's always in the back of your mind, like, what are they thinking, or how are they perceiving me? When you surround yourself with other people or women that are building you up, that are complimenting you,
or have that same like mindset,
right?
Yeah,
right.
those same goals, those same
exactly.
actions. Yeah,
that is what is imperative also as flipping that.
Yeah. It's good.
Sorry, I went on.
No, that's a beautiful story.
That was great.
That's really good. Yeah, go ahead.
I think one thing that is really important that I wanted to touch on from what you said, and just having my own weight loss experience, is you really have to be careful what you say to people, because you might think you're saying something that's helping, but like, I've been chubby my whole life, and I always used to get the, oh, you have such a pretty face, and you think you're saying that and being nice, but really the person you're saying that to, that might be them thinking like, oh, well, what's wrong with the rest of me?
Yeah.
It's you really. And then when I lost almost 100 pounds. When was that? Like 7 years ago?
Yeah.
Gained a little bit back, but I'm working on it again. But I used to get the, are you okay? Are you sick?
Mm.
You know, you just have to watch what you say to people because you don't know
Yeah.
how that is affecting their self-image.
Yeah.
And you might think you're helping. You might say, like, you look great. You lost so much weight. You don't know if they lost weight because they're stressed, because they're going through something.
Mhm.
I think it's really important to be mindful of even talking about people's weight, unless they're freely talking about it with
Mhm.
you.
Yeah, like they're sharing their journeys,
Right,
things like that.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love that. You read on that?
I have, so when you said like where does body image like start, I will never forget this. So in 7th grade, this is like the first thing that comes to mind for me. The girl who I'm actually still like would say hello to, like had a really, fine, not like super close, but I will just never forget, like all the girls were like looking at their stomachs. This is what we do in Catholic school. She was like, yep, if you can pinch an inch, like, that's disgusting. And I remember I like pinched an inch and she was like, ew, that's like so gross. And I was like, oh my God, no, like this, like she had like a completely flat stomach, abs, like was very athletic. And for me, that was just like, holy shit, like that's wrong. Like, and I don't know, that started me like on a spiral, like before high school, I got it under control, but like 7th and 8th grade, I was just like trying to give myself an eating disorder, I think,
Yeah.
just to, cause honestly, it's hard being tall too. Shout out to all the tall people out there. I mean, I was always the biggest one in my class. Like I wasn't like skinny, and then you put that on top of like being tall, like you stick out. You're taller than all the guys. Like it didn't make for a very like smooth transition, but like yeah, I just remember being, and now I feel like in general, at least the women again that we surround ourselves with each other, like I would never want to like ever bring someone down like that. So I feel like people are coming together more, at least again in my circle they are, but like yeah, it's like I'll never forget that. I'll never forget pinching my stomach and like thinking that
Like in the locker room, like everyone's just standing around.
I think we were in the classroom. I think we were like right in the middle of the I have no idea.
That's crazy.
But yeah,
What a time.
yeah.
Really imagine. Wow. Yeah, no, that's crazy. Just like the thought, and I was just thinking about how you said like thin is in. I feel like everything goes with the trends. So now, like, where do you think we are? Like, is thin in now, or are we? Because I remember, like, this is where like mine goes back. I remember this girl. She used to say that I had a diaper butt. This is crazy that I'm saying this out loud. But after that, I literally would just do squats, like squats. And now I have a butt. Like, we're good. Like, everything's good. But now I feel like all of like the like social media now, it's like BBL reduction, like everyone's trying to be thin again. Like, where do we feel social media is like now? What do you guys think?
I think it depends on your age group, to be honest with you. I know once I lost weight, was super into the whole, I want to get muscular, I want to do a bodybuilding show. I think it depends who you're surrounding yourself with, too. And now that that was around age, like, 38, 39. Now I'm 45, and now I'm about, okay, how do I not have a hump back here on my back? How do I have good posture? How do I continue to be able to bend down and pick things up? Like, I'm really starting to think ahead. I just want to be strong, and I want to be, have like good range of motion. And I mean, I still want a huge butt because I personally like having a big booty because I had the diaper butt, like you.
Yeah,
I call it the old lady butt.
What is a diaper butt? I've never
just like flat.
It's flat,
Yeah.
and then I call it the old lady butt. So it's like flat, and you have like it's like heart shaped. Like it's bigger at the top, it's smaller at the bottom.
And this was me in like 6th grade. Like, what are we talking about? I'm like 10 years old.
It's so messed up.
Like, and the girl was like very paper thin, and she was very small. I would never say anything bad about her, but she was very small. And this is like, I was just very like, I will never forget that. But after that day, I would wake up and it's like I'm doing 100 squats. and 6th grade, and like that's what it was. My family is not like we don't. There's no. It's not big clothes from my family. I mean, it's like muscle, but that's what it was. Like I needed to build muscle. I played sports my whole life. Like I was very like I will squat. I will be Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts and squat 600 pounds. I'm not there yet, but like that's the goal. Like it was, and then that's where I needed to be that muscle mommy,
The muscle
whatever.
mommy.
Yeah,
And now like everybody wants to be the Pilates princess.
and now everybody, I will not
Yeah.
get on that train. But the muscles, like I am the muscle girl. Like that's what it is. But that person made me in 6th grade. I didn't want a diaper butts. Like I just didn't want that.
And I think you really have to watch social media as well, because like we just talked about, everybody wanted to be muscle mommies.
Yeah.
And now everybody wants to be Pilates princesses
Yeah.
with big
Drink
butt.
the matcha.
You know, drink,
Yeah.
do all the things. And you really have to, like Angela said, go by your body type. I have the same body type as Angela.
Yeah.
We have a hard time losing fat. We're short and stubby.
Yeah.
We're cute though.
Yeah.
But we put muscle on very easily, you know? So you kind of have to figure out, I'm a big proponent of learning your body type, learning your genes. I had a gene test done. It's very interesting to learn how your genes work and why you know, one person can eat bread, another person can't eat bread. One person feels great when they eat meat, another person feels like crap when they eat meat. You have to learn yourself. And again, it kind of goes back to the whole being well-rounded as a person and knowing yourself. That's just as much, the physical part of it is just as important as, you know, the mental part of it, learning how your body works and how you can work with your body instead of working against your body. Because a lot of people see what they want to see on social media and they want to try to do something that might not be the best thing for their body or their goals or their age, you know? So
I love that. Yeah, no, there's a lot like that what comes with that.
Do you remember, Amy? And this is you know, and she might be a little bit of a wackadoodle these days, but I remember when J-Lo got big on the scene, and you know, J-Lo with the big ass, right? Like that was like, whoa, like. For me, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Because I had the big ass.
Yeah, now you're like, I'm in. Like, I'm up.
Yeah.
I'm
like
up
the
next.
1 year at Hooters for Halloween, I didn't got to dress up. I just cut out a construction tape paper to triangles and squaring them out. And I taped them on my Hooters shorts. I had a pumpkin ass. But when she came out, you know, and was big, like, that was huge for people like me. Kate Winslet, you know, remember when Titanic came out? Oh my gosh, like, who's this fat girl? Like, are you kidding me? Like, this is crazy, you know? And then Scarlett Johansson. So, it's weird how the trends do shift. And also, you know, I remember when I was going through my fitness journey of getting strong, not skinny, you know, I actually had to stop following certain fitness influencers because I'm like, wait a second, these girls aren't even in my age bracket. Why am I following?
Yeah. They put that on TikTok now. Like, follow people that are your size, your height, your weight. Like, let's follow people that make sense to you. Why am I following people that are not my body type, that are not my size, that are not my height, they're not going to do anything for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you can't compare yourself to those people.
And that's the problem.
And that gives you a lot of mental strife as well, you know, because it's you can't compare your body to another body that's a completely different body.
Yep.
You know.
And the angles.
You have the body that you have. You can make it the best you can make it and make it the healthiest you can make it. But when it comes down to it, you have to work with what God gave you. You know.
What routines do you guys go through? Like, what up and down roller coasters have you guys went through? Like, fitness journeys, different diets, different plans. Like, what's worked, what hasn't worked? What have you guys went through?
I really just like I am at the point now that, you know, I lost weight. That wasn't necessarily my intention. I was really just trying to relieve stress, I think. So like again, cryotherapy and then like going right to the gym was like my stress relief. And now I'm more like starting to hear my mind where Amy was talking about like getting strong. Cause like I know like I've also lost muscle and I need to. Amy's always been on me about my eating, like mac and cheese. Like I've been better though. I have been better.
I feel like you're better than me right now.
I am being I've gotten better.
She's my favorite food.
Like I did spend a lot of my years very, not really
Nutritional
not-
value.
exactly. But I really think it's like it's a mental thing because like for me, even before I lost weight, honestly, I was happy with my body. Like, do I think now, like, I feel like I look better now and I enjoy how I look now, but, I think I had already like learned to love myself in my mind enough. And I think that's such a hard thing for a lot of people to do. And that some people, you just never get there. And that's really, I think it starts with like loving yourself, you know what I mean? But as far as like a routine, like I am really trying. I'm a firm believer. If you get 1% better at everything every day, like that's the goal. So like some days I don't feel like working out and I'm just like stretching a lot or whatever. But I'm like, yeah, like that 1%
But I did
right
movement.
direction,
Yeah.
right? And I think that's just super, super important. So for me right now, it's just, trying to, get 1% better.
Just be better. Yeah, just be better. What do you guys got? What routines? What habits? What do we got going on over there?
So my routine, I'm, just being completely transparent. I got off the wellness wagon
Okay.
for a couple of months there, and it was a wake up call for me being off the wellness wagon for too long.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm slowly getting back into a routine. I tried going back to that heavy lifting,
Mm-hmm.
and honestly, I didn't like it. It was not for me at this point in my life. Going back to pre-COVID,
Mm-hmm.
because that was 5 years was COVID, but 7 years is when I got really into it. That was a different part in my life. I had a lot more time
Mm-hmm.
to invest in myself at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that now anymore. So what I'm doing is very similar to Bridget. Doing a lot of stretching.
Mhm.
Also myofascial release because I'm storing a lot of things.
You gotta talk about that a little bit because some people probably never heard of that.
You talk about it.
All the things. So,
Get deep.
Amy's a sciencey one, so she can absolutely jump in here. Because sometimes I get so myofascia is tissue that connects all of our muscles together. And when we don't deal with emotions or trauma, our body stores it.
Mm.
And if we are not emotionally or mentally dealing with that, our body holds on to it and can wreak havoc on our bodies.
Wow.
It can cause us the neck pain, the back pain, the hip pain.
Diseases.
Yes. There's a book called The Body Keeps the Score. I don't know who wrote it. It's an amazing book. So I've been really focused in on trying to work on that.
Okay.
And releasing it is not the easiest thing to do. It's a little bit painful.
How do you release it?
Through pressure points.
Oh,
Stretches.
are you doing it? You're doing it to yourself?
Foam rolling,
Okay.
a lot of yoga.
Mm.
What's that thing?
Somatic
release.
Mm.
Yes. So, your body holds on to all of it, all that stuff.
Mm.
So I've been focusing on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just walking and
Love walking.
just trying to incorporate some good habits. Also, just my eating.
Mm-hmm.
I've been dealing with some GERD issues that our social media manager and I have in common. We talk a lot about. This getting older, man. And then throwing the perimenopause nonsense on top of it. I mean, come on.
Come on. Help.
Yeah.
Send help.
Yeah. You're send
Yeah.
help, please. So that's what I'm doing.
Mhm.
I want to get better.
Yeah.
So it's just it's a process.
Right.
Because I know that I'm the type of person that if I go balls in
You're
all the
gonna go.
way, I'll be good for a week or two and then I fall off. So I like to slowly and gradually start incorporating things. So,
Why do you think we fall off?
I think we try to do too much all at once. We're like, as much as you can wake up every day and be a new person, you're not going to stick with it if you go balls to the walls all at once. So, like Bridget said about getting 1% better every day, focus on one thing at a time. You know, when I lost all my weight, I focused on my diet and eating first. And then once I kind of was at the point I wanted to be at, then I started to add exercise. You really need to be realistic about what you can do with the time that you have and the resources you have, and start with one thing and then build that habit so it's going to stick, and then add the next thing. Habit stacking. Atomic
Habits. James
book
Clear.
ever.
I love him. I'm reading that now with my 75 Hard, and that book I read. This is my fourth time reading it. So every time I fall off, because you fall off because of life. Like this is the third time I was saying this earlier. Me doing the 75 Hard, and this time around, I told my friends, told my group chat that we're all doing this together. There's 5 of us. It will be 75 lifestyle. Like I don't want to do this again. I don't want to do day 1 again. I want this, since day 34 today, when this pod drops, it'll probably be day 50. But, as you go, the lifestyle change, that's what this is all about. Me coming back to Baja Beach Wellness, like I miss this every single day. When I was in DC, I said this is the first episode, the second episode, this is the third, but the routine that you get in with red light therapy, with cryotherapy, the way you feel, the recovery from all my workouts, everything that I do, the way I sleep, all of those things, it's like all these services that I'm not trying to like sell you guys on any of this stuff, but I'm just saying like you really get into the habit, you get into the routine, and you feel so good that you just want to do it again. And you want to do it again. You want to make the lifestyle change for yourself, So that's my routine. It's Baja, it's eating healthy, it is, working out, it is reading my book, and it's just becoming, he says, 1% better every single day in the book. So I love that.
I think another challenge for a lot of people, including myself, is that we are now living in a society of needing instant gratification. I blame Amazon.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just you need that instant. If I can't get it now, forget it.
Yeah.
I don't even want to do it. And we have these conversations with our members where consistency is key. And yes, we talk about it with our guests, but we're being honest right now and saying we fail at that as well.
Yeah.
But the consistency is what is so important, and it's the hardest. And I tell this to my kids. I heard it from somewhere, but I tell this to them all the time, and I remember it too to myself. But if you do what is easy, your life is going to be hard. But if you do what is hard, your life is going to be easy.
Yeah, to choose your heart.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's part of the process. It's part of the journey. Like what lessons are you learning? What is the process?
Yeah.
And it's just, especially with body image. My mom got gastric bypass surgery, I want to say probably close to 13 years ago. She still to this day struggles. And when she looks in the mirror, she sees a 200-pound person.
Wow. That's tough.
And
you don't heal from that.
Yeah, she got it for her health.
Yeah.
And she went through all the proper channels, the therapies and stuff through the hospital and everything. But it just it's something in your mind. It's something in your brain that you gotta still work on. You're a work in progress.
There is something very interesting about that, because I remember when I had first lost weight, I would go shopping for clothes and I would constantly pick the too big clothes off the rack. And it was because you're just conditioned to believe like that's who you are and that's like the size you are. And it's really bizarre.
Because you've been choosing that size for years.
So then you go to try something on. Well, even you're a smaller size.
Yeah.
And you pick a smaller size than you were previously, but it's still too big. And it's like this weird thing that happens in the dressing room where you're like, wait a second, like it's kind of bizarre.
Wow.
It's pretty
Well, then
interesting.
too, if you pick that right size, and then what if it's tight? Then that throws you into a completely different mind fuck. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, and let's talk about dressing rooms. Now I'm
Yeah.
fired up. Like, can we please
The
get
lighting.
some warm lighting in the dressing rooms? Like, department stores.
TJ Maxx's are the worst.
Please.
Like, do you know how much more clothes you would sell if you got the right lighting in the
That's
dressing
so true.
rooms?
That's so true.
Well, and sizes too, like the way that they
Oh my
size
gosh.
everything. Like, my daughter is built just the way that I was built, so she's gonna really tough. She's only 10.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna be probably 6 foot like I am. Basically what I did, my whole childhood was like I would bump up and then I'd sprout, and then I'd bump and then I'd sprout, and it was like when I got to that same age and we just did back to school shopping, there's no kids clothes for her in that like size. Like she's in a more regular, like a woman's size. So like the clothing is like so limited. And I remember, I went to Catholic school, we had uniforms, but like, it's hard. I remember even feeling like I can't fit in the same stuff my friends, because the cool stuff, like at my time, it was like limited to, or
Skinny
and then even
jeans.
like American Eagle, like I've never been able to fit in those jeans. Like I'm just
Hollister.
Hollister
never
jeans.
fit, never owned a
Me
pair,
either.
never.
Size 2 Hollister jeans, I would never.
But,
I don't
like,
even
the
know what
way
a size 2 is.
It's
the
like
way
my
they
cat.
make sizes
Yeah.
is like bananas. Like
Yeah.
it's not even like, I don't know. I feel like
That's
I see
true.
so many sizes that are like inconsistent, and then I feel like they kind of make it to make me feel like crap.
That's true. Yeah.
Unless you shop at Loft. Loft has like, you're like, wow, am I?
Yeah.
Chico's is very forgiving too.
Yeah, Chico's and Loft are
Yeah.
very forgiving.
Lucky Brand Jeans, I'll give them a shout out. They make me feel better too.
Need the
Yeah.
jeans. Yeah. Because when you order things, like I feel like I shop a lot online, but when you get the size you think you are, and then you get it, and then it's not, and you spend that time returning and all of that, it doesn't make any sense. That's a lot.
Oh, shopping.
But if you think about it, though, I think it all trickles down just because the weight loss business or the industry makes billions and billions. I mean, right now, especially when I'm watching TV, every other commercial is for a weight loss drug, and I do believe, yes, that there is a place for that. However, just the way they're marketing it, it's scary.
When we were Axiom Healthspan on the team here at Witnessing, we really wanted to make sure, what I love about them is they are really caring. So we do have like the semaglutide options here. And then, wait, what is it, Amy? There's is that the pill form? It's like,
they have pill or injection.
I just know that like, Lisa, she owns Axiom. She was so amazing. And she was just like, listen, we don't want to give this to anybody who doesn't really need it. So we have a consultation. They do telehealth too, so it's pretty easy, but like they are going to make sure that it's the right product for you if you go that route. So again, we kind of have something for everybody here, no matter where their journey is, depending what their goals are between the lipo and then those options through Axiom too. But, we really want people to be built up from the inside, because again, like, we only have this one body that we were given, and it's your real only job on this earth was to take care of your body, first, because you can't really do anything if you're not taking care of yourself. So I just think it's so important that, we help, and I know we do help people here with our connections and our interactions, and just so people know, like, you don't have to be perfect. Like, take care of your body, love your body. Like, come in and do, an infrared sonography or something that's going to make you feel good. It doesn't have to be. And some of our stuff even burns calories, and you're not even, you feel like you're burning calories.
Literally.
Like, what's better than that? Like,
Yeah.
it's like the not the easy way, but like a way to really, because there should be joy. I don't know. I have a weird relationship with heart. Like, sometimes I feel like we do a good things. You gotta do like the hard way to, succeed with anything in life. And I feel like it's always be that merge.
Especially,
I need to get over that perfectionism energy.
Well, and we do only get one life, so you have to balance, what you want to experience and also taking care of your body. Just because you go out to eat one night, and have a little bit of a fattening meal and some wine.
Yeah.
When I get to where I'm going, I'm going to remember, like Angela said, the memories I had at that dinner and how I had such a good time. I'm not doing that every night. It's just about balance. Everything in life.
And are you going to be mad at yourself?
Right.
And punish yourself?
Right.
Like, it all goes back to that, like, subconscious, like, narrative that you're telling yourself.
Right.
Like, what did we talk about the last episode? It was like, the one thing throws off your whole day. Like, it's like that mentality. Like, one bite, one snack, one whatever, like, I can't live like that. Like, I can't.
Have you guys always thought that way?
No.
Like one thing messes.
Yeah, because I feel like I'm obviously going through this challenge once again, but like, I feel like sometimes I just say no to like going out, hanging out, eating, drinking. I've stopped drinking crazy. I used to drink way too crazy, but I don't do that anymore. I don't want to drink. I don't want to eat. I don't even want to hang out with friends that drink anymore at this point in my life, because it's going to like the calories, the mindset, all of that. The body image, with me with drinking alcohol is like, I just can't do it. Or drink, like eating, like food, going out. Like, I don't know. That's just like how my mindset in this moment at 29 years old, like that's how I'm feeling. So I don't know where you guys are, like your headspace.
I think you go through that, like you're doing the 75 hard right now. So I think like when I was in my weight loss mode, I didn't really go out to eat, drink, do anything for 6 months. I logged every single thing that went in my mouth because I wanted to do it right. And what the program I was doing, once I had like a couple weeks in, I saw that I was rapidly, my body was changing rapidly. And I was like, okay, this is what's working for my body. I am totally going to do this, and I think once you get to kind of where you want to be, then you can start to like loosen up a little bit. You always have to be mindful, but you can, okay, I'm going to go out and I'm going to have some bread with my dinner tonight, but then I'm not going to eat bread like the rest of the weekend. As much as love her or hate her, Bethany Frankel is really good about that stuff. She gives a lot of talks on her social media. She's like, if I go out to dinner, if I'm going to have bread, I'm not going to drink a glass of wine. If I'm going to do this, I'm not going to do that. It's again about the balance, but I think when you are, sometimes it's easy to be nose to the grindstone. I'm going to do this and it's working. And then like, if you can kind of have like tunnel vision for however many months. Yeah. I do think that really, you see a little bit more rapid changes in your body. And then you can kind of, at least from my experience.
Yeah. And you got to block out all the haters.
Right.
Because there's a lot of influence out there that's going to tell you.
One beer.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Beer. Yeah. No, I don't want to. Yeah. And then 3 and then 4 and then 5 and I'm upside down.
And then you just went and had 3 beers and now you're going to go to Wawa because you have the munchies.
Yeah.
You have the alcohol munchie. You know what I mean? It's like those things lead
it's like day one all over again that I don't want to do.
Right. Exactly. So you kind of have to have a vision, but know that eventually you'll get to the point where you can, loosen up and kind of have a little bit more flexibility.
Okay. Yeah. Were you always any balls to the wall, anything like that?
I mean, I think I was like that in a lot of different areas of my life, not necessarily with nutrition, but or weight loss or anything like that. But it is really good to have balance because again, and like you're mentally getting yourself to somewhere that you want to be, like that's the goal. So a lot of times too, you gotta like not necessarily lose some people along the way, but you gotta block people out because you know where you need to go and you know what you need to do to get there. But I'm all about like I think we really need to enjoy life and our time here. And
B is like on this like
I
love that
am.
for you.
I am because I think it's I think it's important. I think we're gonna experience if we like, who made these standards of, like, what we want to be? Like, again, we just talked about 2 experiences from, like, middle school. Like, these people, their comments live rent-free in your head every single day.
Yeah.
You know, and why? Like, why are we giving that power by even, you know, thinking about it? So it's shifting perspectives. It's a different perspective. I just have a different take on it, that, like, I'm more concerned about my health for my actual health now, like, you know, getting older and you know, because I just want to live a meaningful life. So
Pitching the image.
And-
rather than continuing.
And women especially go through life. We change into 50 billion different people over our lifetime. You know, so I do feel like you have seasons of your life where you're going to be super focused and you're going to want to do this. And then you kind of like need to rest from that season of your life. It's just like the seasons, you know, in nature. So I do think we do change, especially as women throughout our lifetimes. You know, I'm going to be, you know, the health fitness buff right now. This is what I'm doing. This is what makes me happy. It all goes back to what's making you happy, like truly happy in that moment. You know, like I was like head over heels happy when I was like the muscle mommy for like however many years. And now what makes me happy is margaritas with my bestie at 4:00 today.
Love that.
You know, but I still am concerned about my health and fitness. It's not like I left that behind, but it just is kind of like a balance of, you know, right now in this season of my life, this matters this much to me. And then, you know, in 5 years, maybe it goes a little bit like this. So you have to give yourself grace as to what's making you happy. What is going to make me happy right now?
Yeah.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Like 100%.
Yeah, I absolutely what they both said. It's balance, and it's just, you know, working out every day. It's not important to me right now. Right now, I'm looking at Megan just because we share GERD. Okay, my goal every day is to get like a good solid 8 hours of sleep without heartburn. Okay, so that's important to me. That's like, you know, so by exercise, just minimal exercising and sort of watching what I eat. Those are my goals right now. You know, will that change? I hope so. Just, you know, getting a little bit better and incorporating some more better habits. Yeah, I hope to evolve by that. But balance. And I, you know, and it is
solution.
right. And it's just, you know, hey, I have a scale. One of the
the Ergogex or something.
Yeah, very similar to the scales that we have here.
Yeah.
I get on it maybe once every 2 or 3 weeks, but I just go by like how my pants feel or how I feel.
Yeah.
You know, and hey, you know, if its pants are getting a little tight, you know, just maybe cutting a little bit out and a spray tan.
Yeah. The spray tan will always do it.
Yeah.
It'll always do it. Just like a level 1 bronze.
It does.
Just give me the glow.
Yeah.
I love that.
Lose 10 pounds in 3 minutes.
And warm. No, what
do they say? Warm. I was gonna say warm lighting, but what do you say? Oh, you can't tone and tan.
Yeah.
That's a whole new video. True beauty, like in your guys' eyes, how would you describe true beauty?
How you treat other people.
Ooh, I like that.
No, it's like really how you, like.
No, I love that. That's good. You guys agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. The kindness, empowering one another, supporting one another. I think also too, I try to do it. I know I sort of do it, but you ever see the TikTok videos of the guy who randomly is just giving compliments to people out on the street and making their days with one-liners? Like, that's beautiful right there, because so many people lack goodness and are not in good spaces in their minds, but trying to just pick something out about somebody and complimenting them. Yes. Spreading kindness.
Yeah. I agree.
You can really just make somebody's day just by, how are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, you look great today. It's just like something so simple and it's free. Kindness is so free. I love that.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like being a beautiful person. You know, you know the kind of people that you're like, that's just a beautiful person. You're not talking about their looks. You're talking about just what they put out into the universe, the vibe that they put out to the universe. Like my best friend, I call her Susie Sunshine because literally she makes friends with every single person she interacts with on a daily basis. It's like this sight to see. It's amazing, but it's kind of like what you put out there, like how you're showing up in the universe is what like makes you a beautiful person.
Do you guys have like any like affirmations or anything that you've ever done? I know like we can become very critical with ourselves, like the negative self-talk. Have you guys ever done anything like that? Does that bring you back to any time in your life where you've been very deep self-critical about yourself, that you've brought yourself out of somewhere deep? It could be body image, it could be weight loss, it could be just something within the mental.
I think the first step is to recognize you're having the negative self-talk and to like, why am I hearing that? Like, why am I, like, what is causing me to think this way? Because that's like step one to turning it around. And I think, again, a lot of us don't realize how much we replay things, stories or things we're telling ourselves that aren't true. It's not true. But we just continue to tell ourselves these lies, and it's like, well, why are we talking to ourselves like that? So it's really noticing it first is, I think, the biggest first step to change and make a shift.
Yeah.
I think you just have to realize whatever you speak into the world, and this is like scientifically proven, what you speak into the world is what your reality is going to be reflected back to you. So one thing I've done over the years is be very mindful of what comes out of my mouth and what thoughts I'm having in my head, because that is literally what is making my situation that I'm having right now. Do you know what I mean? So it's really important for you to realize, you're going to have different circumstances in your life. You have to shape how they make you as a person, and they make you everything.
That's a loaded question. I'm a work in progress.
I love that.
I'm in a lot of therapy.
Yeah. I love
We're all a work in
we are.
I'm a work in progress.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my affirmation.
Yeah.
This is definitely something new for me over, I believe, like the past 6 months. So, yeah.
I know you've expressed that you journaled a lot, but like with journaling, I journal also. I've journaled probably since I was like 6 years old. Ever since I learned how to write it, but I've learned not to reread the journals so that you don't reread it in your mind to replay the bad, negative trauma. What takes do you guys have on that? Because I've also heard that you should reread it to see, what headspace you've been in and how much you've grown from that. Do you guys have anything on that? Like any ideas on that kind of side?
I recently have gone back and read a lot of different, I like to take screenshots of things.
Okay. All right.
And I've gone back and read just over the years some different things, and it's actually helped me realize, and it's actually made me kind of close the door on certain situations.
I love that.
As to when you're not in a situation any longer, you can actually go back and look at it from a more objective point of view. And you can be like, okay, wow, I learned so much from this situation. This is what I learned. I learned this. I learned this. I'm not going to let this ever happen again. I'm not going to go through this again, because now I know this. It's almost like, I feel like you can really see, maybe you like let your journal sit for like a year and go back after a year. I probably like,
because you've grown from it in that point.
Yeah, you don't want to like freshly go back and read it.
Yeah,
because you're still kind of like coming out of whatever you're journaling about. But probably if you go back a couple years later and read it, you're like, wow, I really learned this, this, and this from this situation. I really feel it makes you feel more accomplished.
Yeah,
to be honest with you.
I love that. I think that's just like with affirmations too. I used to write on my mirror, like, I went through like some crazy, this is not about body image at all, but like with the narcissistic like abuse and everything like that, it's like you're writing like, I am happy, I'm wealthy, I am like, I'm healthy, but like I am thin, I am skinny. Because when you go through things and people tell you like, you have gained weight or things like that, you go through crazy your mindset shift. And it's things that aren't true about you. But I always write the I am statements. And when you write it on the mirror, it's just a way to say, like, I am this. And then it's some positive self-talk. And then you work yourself out of that. So I think like the affirmations would be able to help people that are struggling through, weight loss or body image or things like that. There's a way that they can be able to help through that.
Yeah, I love that. Have you ever read any Neville Goddard?
I was just
Jill?
about to say,
No.
that's Neville Goddard.
What's Neville?
Neville, you have to put Neville on your list. So
Okay.
a lot of people talk about the law of attraction,
Mm-hmm.
and he's more about, what is it? The law of it's the law of assumption.
Okay.
So everybody talks about how the law of attraction is so powerful and yada yada yada. If you read Neville Goddard's books, he talks about kind of what you just talked about. It's the law of assumption.
Okay.
If I want certain things out of life, I'm gonna assume that they're mine, and that that's how it's gonna be.
And
It's way more powerful than just waiting for like, oh, I'm gonna think these things and they're gonna just
come
to me.
Yeah.
The law of assumption, I'm telling you, is way more powerful than the law of attraction.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
And I find it to be more effective than the 369.
Okay. Talk through the 369, because I don't know if there's people that know what
I
it is.
don't
I
know
do.
that word.
I do what it is, but go for it. Hey.
Hey.
You find it.
Yeah.
See,
Remember,
that's positive
no
self-talk.
no rump shaking.
No
Not
rump
allowed.
shaking.
Oh my god.
Mom said no.
That's the sizzle. Okay, rump shake. Rump shake.
I feel so sad that that was taken from
I
you.
was not allowed to do. Well, I was not allowed to do the rump shaker, nor was I allowed to listen to the rump
Not
shaker.
until you worked at Hooters.
That's right.
So you turned 21.
So the 369 manifestation is, and again, Amy, correct me because you're all like, you're the spiritual gangster. So,
Amy.
yeah, so it's a manifestation method where you write, there's a couple of different ways to do it. Okay, so the one way is to write your statement 3 times in the morning, then write the statement of what you want to manifest 6 times in the afternoon, and then 9 times at night. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then other ways are what the outcome is, how you're going to do it. Is that right?
I don't know. I did the first thing.
The first thing.
That worked fine.
Okay. So that's the easiest way. So it's basically what you want.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm Amy, I am going to get engaged very soon.
No.
I am getting an engagement ring very soon. I'm getting an engagement ring in May. So like you write that 3 times, and then 6 times, and then 9 times. But
yes.
So that's a manifestation way. You just every day you just do it.
Putting it into the
putting
universe.
it in. And what's funny, when you were talking about looking at your own journals, I found mine from 2 years ago, and it's, oh my gosh, it was funny because a lot of the stuff came true.
Woo!
Oh yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
369.
The man of my dreams was in that
love
journal.
that.
Yeah.
I think it's so effective though,
So
because if you want to get sciencey about it, you're literally writing what you want,
Mm-hmm.
and you're training your subconscious mind to believe that is what you have. So every opportunity that you get that would lead you closer to what you want, you're going to recognize it faster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But what I like about the I am statements when Amy was talking about Neville Goddard is you're not, it's I am.
Mm-hmm.
I am making progress. I am on a wellness journey.
Mm-hmm.
Even you might not be.
Yeah.
You're putting it out there. I am on a wellness
Like,
journey.
I am a wife. I'm not a wife, but I am a wife.
Yeah.
Like,
Amy,
oh,
I am.
Please stop.
Amy,
It's
I'm Amy. I am wearing an engagement
Woo!
ring.
Let's see it. Let's see it. Zoom in.
You know,
You guys.
I am advancing in my career.
Mhm.
I am experiencing consistent financial abundance. You
Mhm.
know, it's just you're training your mind to think in that way. Like it's constant.
Yeah.
It's not an I will have financial abundance. I will get on a wellness journey.
Yep.
You're putting it in that present tense.
Yes.
Is that right, Boo?
Yeah.
Boo Bear?
But that goes back to body image. You know, you can speak the same way about, I am healthy. And instead of being, I weigh 30 pounds less,
Mhm.
I am healthy. I am strong.
Mm-hmm.
I eat well for my body.
Yep.
I move my body every day. You can make it for any subject you want to make it, but
Yeah.
it is pretty effective.
Yeah.
And it's like shift the perspective into those thoughts and the vibration of those thoughts, and that you are here to take care of this one body that you were given. And it's literally just our physical form that our soul's living in. So, like, let's take care of it and care about it, cherish it, because our legs take us from point A to point B every day, and our eyes, we can see the whole entire world. Like, it's so, there's so much to be grateful for, you know, as we pick ourselves apart and remember who told us that you did wrong. Like, there's like, it's just crazy.
That is crazy.
Even the little things, like you just said, we use our eyes. See, not everybody can do that.
Yeah,
you know?
not everybody
everybody
can
can walk across. You know, it's being thankful for all the things you can do, and and you know, when you don't feel like getting up and going for a walk, or you don't feel like getting up and going to the gym, like, be thankful that you can actually do that, because there is somebody else on this planet that would love to do that.
That wants to,
you know.
And we're allowing you to come lay in a bed for 20 minutes and get lipo body sculpting all over the paddles, non-invasive. Final thoughts, ladies, on body image.
I think the lipo goes really good with this conversation, because again, it's not like everybody needs to lose we're not promoting, let's get rid of the inch we're pinching.
Right.
But if the inch we're pinching is bothering you that much, that you're going to have more peace in your life, in any aspect of it, more peace, come do the challenge.
Yeah.
Feel better about yourself, and that energy of you feeling better is just going to create more positive things to come into your life.
Or even if you have something special coming up, you know, if you're getting married in like a couple months, or you're going on vacation, you know, everybody wants to look a little bit better for special events in their life. And this is like super simple. Like, watch what you eat, go do your normal healthy life, and then come in here and we'll like,
you got Wellness Wonderland
grab
right here.
a couple inches
like,
over there, you know.
Yeah.
But also
sauna, everything.
Like, one of my final thoughts is, like, you can't compare yourself to other people, like you were saying earlier. It's really tough when you have friends that are naturally thin, or like, for instance, like my partner has like an 8-pack, like 365 days a year. It's like, and he eats ice cream every night.
That's a whole different topic. How men can just like eat anything and then just like have a great day,
look like the little hottie there. Yeah. So, but it's really important that you have to know your body and not compare it to everybody else's, because everybody else's body works totally different than yours. Maybe not totally different, but you know, you just work with your body and not against it.
Right.
Yeah. My final thought is that it's just amazing how this conversation, we've all had that one person in our past, or in multiple people too, that we can remember that altered our body image in such a negative way. And it's sad.
Yeah.
It's so sad. And I read a statistic this morning that 78% of women struggle with body image. And just the toll that it takes on us emotionally and mentally, and it affects us in our mood, how we associate with others, intimacy with our partners. It controls us. And it's a matter of what can we do to not allow that, to allow others and that to affect us, and to free ourselves from that.
And just do the best you can.
Amen.
Exactly.
All you can do is the best you can do, you know?
1% better.
1%.
1%.
We'll all vow to do 1% better every single day.
Yeah.
Woo! Woo! We'll end it here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in once again to another episode of Shifting Perspectives, the Baja Beach Wellness Diaries. Catch us every single Monday on YouTube and Spotify. We'll see you next week. Woo!
Woo!